Get ready for high-speed thrills and heart-pumping excitement as the world of Formula One revs up for another thrilling season. With a new year comes new contenders, but who will rise to the top and become the world champion in the 2023 season? Join us as we take a look at the drivers who are poised to take the track by storm and battle it out for the coveted title of Formula One champion. The 2022 F1 season debuted the FIA plans for the future of Formula One, and we got to see a snazzy new look to the cars. Not to forget the blunders of the Ferrari team at each and every race, the dominance of the Red Bull team throughout the season, and Mercedes bouncing up and down on the straights like a roller coaster. Now with the 2023 season beginning on March 3rd, we all eagerly await the battle between these top drivers and see who will outperform the rest. So let's start with the reigning world champion. Max Verstappen is a true prodigy in the world of Formula One, with a career that has been nothing short of extraordinary. He shattered records and proved his extraordinary racing ability at a young age, surpassing even some of the most experienced drivers in the sport. With nearly 8 years of F1 experience under his belt, Verstappen has emerged as a master of the sport. He has honed his driving skills, cutting out mistakes and adapting his aggressive style to become an incredibly efficient driver. He has consistently picked up wins every season since his first victory in 2016. With 163 starts under his belt, it's hard to find a weekend where he's been off the pace compared to his teammate. It's a testament to his exceptional driving skills and unparalleled consistency on the track. In 2022, Max shattered the records of two of the sport's greatest drivers, Michael Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel, by winning 15 races in a single season. But that's not all. Verstappen has also set another record, this time for the most points scored in a single season, with an astonishing 416 points. This shatters Lewis Hamilton's previous record of 413 points, set in 2019, and solidifies Verstappen's status as one of the greatest drivers of all time. But will Verstappen be able to defend his title? Well, in my opinion, they are in the perfect position to do so. Although Red Bull received limited time in the wind tunnel and CFD simulations, their last year's car, RB18, was already a flawless machine to begin with. And with the help of Adrian Newey, Red Bull is set to deliver a title-winning car to the Dutchman. After the initial test of the RB19, Verstappen said in an interview, "So I've just driven the RB19 for the first time. Of course, it's a filming day, but yeah, a first good impression. Everything worked really well, everything worked really smooth, and that's exactly what you want from a day like this." Well, that's good to hear if you are a Max fan. Now moving on to our second contender for the upcoming season. Obviously, if we talked about Verstappen, how can we leave Hamilton out of this? Sir Lewis Hamilton is a living legend in the world of Formula One. With more than 13 years of experience under his belt and an astonishing 7 world championships, he has solidified his place as one of the greatest drivers of all time. He is a master of the sport, constantly breaking and setting new records and leaving his mark on the history books. Despite the apparent troubles of the Mercedes car this year, the suggestion that any other driver on the grid has the experience and talent to surpass Hamilton is nothing short of naive. After being robbed, as all the Hamilton fans say, of the 2021 championship, he entered the 2022 season with a chance to win his record 8th world title. But as we all witnessed, Mercedes was a mess in the entire season. Suffering from aerodynamic porpoising and other issues, Hamilton couldn't get a good grip on the car and at a point was battling the midfield teams for points. For the first time in his career, Lewis Hamilton failed to win a race during the 2022 Formula One season, though he did finish as runner-up on 5 occasions. Well, one hope for the 7-time world champion is that Mercedes seem to have figured out the issues of W13 and are promising to deliver a title-challenging car in the form of W14. Only time will tell if Lewis Hamilton will be able to regain his crown and become the 8-time world champion in 2023. Let's move ahead to his teammate, and that is George Russell. It was clear from the first race of the season that it was the right choice to fire Valtteri Bottas and instead hire George Russell. The young talent who won the Formula 2 championship in his rookie year ended up finishing 4th in his first race for Mercedes. Well, in reality, this was his second race for the team, as we should not forget the Sakir Grand Prix in 2020 when Lewis got corona and Russell had to substitute him. During his first season for the team, he heavily outscored his teammate, who is a 7-time world champion. Yes, you could say that it was all the car's fault, and if Hamilton didn't have so many problems at the beginning of the season, he would have finished in front of his teammate. But let's be real for a second. Russell managed to finish in the top 5 P5 in almost every race before the summer break, while his teammates struggled to get points. Russell was always able to play his cards right, understand when to pit and when not to, try to make his own strategies, and ended up in a deserved higher place in the standings. The problem now in 2023 is pretty simple for Mercedes. Who is the #1 driver in the team? It might sound like a dumb question, but in reality, it's essential to identify who will be advantaged during races, especially since Mercedes can't possibly develop their W14 around 2 drivers at the same time. One of them is going to have to back out from the title of main driver in the German team, and in my opinion, that will probably be George. Don't get me wrong, he was faster for part of the season in 2022, but the circumstances are all against him. He is an adaptive kind of driver, so the team will be looking forward to building a car based on the needs of Hamilton, who needs a perfectly tuned car to win as opposed to Russell. Also, it would be an honor for the team to have a driver with 8 World Drivers' Championships in the team rather than a new young gun with just one. But Russell surely won't go without a fight, and who knows, we might see a new favorite for the Mercedes team. So we'll see how that situation will be in the Mercedes garage. Hopefully nothing like the 2016 season. Last but not the least, let's talk about Ferrari and Charles Leclerc. The team and driver were everyone's choice at the start of the 2022 season when the Monegasque won the first 3 races and was set to dominate the entire season. However, Binotto and his team made mistakes and blunders to the point where they were portrayed as clowns on every social media. The unreliability and idiotic calls from pitwall diminished every hope that we had of Leclerc winning his first world championship. However, we can still see that Leclerc has the potential to battle out at the top if he is provided with a good enough car. With 5 race wins and 18 pole positions, we can see that he has good qualifying pace, but not the race pace. If he works on this flaw, he might beat Verstappen to the title. Frédéric Vasseur replaced Binotto for 2023 and assured everyone that the Ferrari 675 is already 1 second faster than F175, the last year's car. Saying is one thing and delivering is another. We sure hope to see Ferrari make a comeback, but it's all a dream until the testing in Bahrain. Now, before you guys start complaining about why we haven't included Carlos Sainz or Sergio Perez in this list, let me be clear. Both of them are really good drivers and have the potential to win someday, just not the upcoming year. Perez is the #2 driver of the Red Bull team whether Christian Horner says it or not, and it was evident at the races in Brazil and Abu Dhabi. For Sainz, it's a different situation. Vasseur has a long history with Leclerc, and although Fred has said he doesn't have a specific first or second driver in the team, he stated that he is not going to shy away from a decision if he has to make one, and that puts Sainz out of the championship battle. On the other hand, with Lewis Hamilton and George Russell, Wolff has already stated that they would let the drivers settle it all on the track rather than giving team orders to them. Well, that wraps up the contenders list for the 2023 Formula One season. So who is your favorite to win the upcoming season? Will Verstappen be able to defend his title? Will Hamilton win the record 8th World Championship? Will Russell and Hamilton fight like it happened between Rosberg and Hamilton in 2016? Or will Leclerc and Ferrari be the new winner in 2023? Let us know in the comments below. Also, on your way down, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon to get notified of all the updates of the season. See you in the next video.